Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we are back with another banging video. So, if you're new, you know the do. Do everything you need to do on this video to help your girl out. Thumbs up, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, help your girl, and the jazz, and all of that goodness. Thank you guys so very much in advance. And you know that I have to say this as often as I can. Happy holidays to you guys. And I hope you guys are doing okay or good or fantabulous, you and your family. Remember to don't get, so caught up in work. Take a little time to connect with society, your friends, your family, and don't look at the things you don't have. Look at what you have. Be appreciative and just keep going. I have to leave something positive with you guys always. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about Mr. Meek Mill chiming into the VMA bandit lawsuit against Jay-Z. Meek Mills is saying, the goal is to start false narrative to create a matrix web. That's what he wrote on Instagram. If you can control the storyline, you can control the matrix. American media is totally unbelievable. I see Jay-Z, the 13-year-old girl, 300 times scrolling. So we're going to talk about everything that he said in his post. We're going to dissect it. We're going to break it down because I know that for many of you guys are going to say Meat Mills shouldn't be the one talking because he's caught up in Diddy's saga. And it has been alleged that he's involved with Diddy. So I know that many of you guys are not going to digest Meat Mills chiming in to defend or support Jay-Z. But also, I want to remind you that it was the internet who connect the Diddy and Meat Mills knot. No one else came up with anything against Meat Mills. And remember that if he feels attacked, he's going to come to his fellow colleague rescue and he's going to say, nah, this is not true. And you have to admit, there are so many inconsistencies in a lawsuit. And if you're following Tony Busby, you find that Tony Busby is lying, saying that he has evidence. And Alex Spiro is begging him to submit the evidence and asking the court to not let Busby destroy the evidence that he says he has. And nothing has turned up as evidence. So when you look at Busby's action, you know that something is wrong. Also, I see many people saying that Jay-Z is not denying the allegations. Remember, he denied the allegations. But when it comes to someone who has special abilities, he's not going to speak on that person because if he says anything unpleasant, towards her repeatedly, it's going to seem as though he's attacking someone with a disability. He has no care or remorse for people with disability. So he's being strategic in his response by directing his aim at Tony Busby. But let's get into this report because you're saying Meek Mill believes that media coverage of the new sexual assault lawsuit against Diddy, naming his Reform Alliance partner Jay-Z as co-defendant, is creating a false narrative, according to posts he made on Twitter, never calling it X. Come on. That's what the media is saying. You know, they're calling it Twitter. They're not going to accept the site to be X. No, they're saying the goal is to start false narrative, create a matrix web. He wrote, if you can control the storyline, you can control the matrix. American media is totally unbelievable. I see Jay-Z, a 13-year-old girl, 300 times scrolling. It's called programming. So he's saying that every time he scrolls, he see a media report of Jay-Z did 13-year-old girl. And he's saying this is actually programming your subconsciousness. And it's true. It is so true. Now they're saying for what it's worth. That is the point of seeding media coverage with lawsuit news. Attorney will often use contacts in media to generate negative public perception and pressure to settle a lawsuit out of court rather than to go to trial because it can take so long for a trial to begin. Having a negative story out, especially if it's particularly salacious, can negatively affect business opportunities for a celebrity rather than losing money for an extended period of time. they may opt to simply settle, even if they're not actually guilty of anything. Yes, that's true. And I did say that in my video before this one. I did say that and made that clear. Say sometimes people settle because they can't deal with the, you know, negative press and the media backlash and all of that. And they just settle because of that. And that is the strategy. That was Tony Busby's tactics that he was using. But JC is not backing down because he's not scared. They're saying basically what kicked off the old Diddy drama in the first place, his quick settlement in Cass's lawsuit against him for battery prompted a slew of follow-up suits from more accusers. However, all of those civil cases were eventually superseded by a federal criminal case for ex-trafficking, drawing even more attention to Diddy and inviting new cases like the one naming Jay-Z. While there's no telling whether claims in the suit have grounds, Jay's longtime associate with Diddy as avatars of black excellence make him a perfect target in the minds of some. Yes, he's saying, with Jay-Z and Diddy being dubbed as, the black excellence, especially as it relates to Jay-Z, it makes them perfect target because now Diddy is behind bars, so Jay-Z is the next perfect target. Now they're saying Jay himself called the lawsuit a blackmail attempt. In a statement issued shortly after the news initially broke, this lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seemed to have a pattern of these types of theatrics, he wrote. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake psychics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. So that's why he's not, focusing on the young lady because he doesn't want it to seem as though he lack care or remorse. Remember that he sees himself as king of pop culture, and he's not gonna do anything in the eyes and sight of people to tarnish that. Maybe behind the scenes, but not publicly. Now they're saying it's no surprise Meek is on Jay's side, though when he was incarcerated in 2017 for violating his probation in a case in which he was falsely accused of crime by a police notorious for corruption. Jay was one of his strongest supporters. Later, after Meek was freed, the two formed the Reform Alliance to pursue prison reform. Although a recent business split appeared to strain their relationship, Jay himself said the two could never beef, and it appears the filler rapper is still in Jay's corner. Now, that's the end of report right there. Now, I also have to say that every time Jay-Z has a partnership with a fellow rapper, their relationship ends because normally it is Jay-Z refusing to pay somebody. I don't know if that's the case with Meek Mill. I'm always calling him Meek Mills when it's Meek Mill. I don't know if that's the case in this case, but there's so many times a fallout between him and Ye money, a fallout between, Dame Dash money, you know, it really, really shows who, Jay-Z is. But I don't know if that's what happened between him and Meek Mills. It's business fallout, so you never really know. But it's really, good to get some of the history between Jay-Z and Meek Mill to know that a notorious cop, who is a cop, I should say, who's notoriously known for lying on people and, setting up people, had set up Meek Mills, and Jay-Z had to step in and help him after he violated his probation. So we got a little bit of history, awareness, and some information and insight as to what brought Jay-Z and Meek Mill together and why Meek Mill would now be speaking out in Jay-Z's support now that there are legal troubles at Jay-Z's doorstep. It's completely understandable, and it's something that the average citizen would do in return as well. So I definitely understand his stance with coming out in support of Jay-Z. And let's keep it real. The allegations, they're not holding up. So as such, anyone who has read the lawsuit would understand why people are saying on this particular case, Jay-Z is not showing guilty based on the allegations that have been levied against him. But this is all I have to share in this video with you guys. Let me know your thoughts. While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share, stay safe, and see you guys later. Peace.